Right, let's get some fan opinion right now from Manchester United supporter James McDonald. Right, James, there's lots to discuss here. I know you've been on quite a bit talking about this potential interim role, but I just want to pick up on a question I asked Charlie there about Xabi Alonso. Is it ridiculous to think that he could be Manchester United manager?
Yeah, pretty much. I think signing an appointment like him for Man United would be akin to Benitez going to Everton from Liverpool. I think the next management appointment has to be absolutely spot on, and I just think that's got disaster written all over it.
OK, so is this interim appointment spot on?
I think that's probably the smartest way to do it. I think you look in the summer, there's going to be a lot more managers available after the World Cup. You're looking, you kind of Ancelotti, you're looking at Pochettino, you're looking at all these kind of calibre managers. And then obviously you can look at managers like Glasner as well. So I think it's probably better to recruit in the summer when you've got a bigger pool of managers to choose from.
James, when you're going about the managers for the World Cup, you're fine. But my thing is the World Cup finishes in July. So if you're into pre-season then, the season's coming thick and fast, they have time to bed in. They've got the managers that are in the job in the international stage have got far bigger things on their minds than worrying about Manchester. No, it's true, like worrying about Manchester United, haven't they? Like, or what their squad would look like for Manchester United. They've got to try and win the World Cup for their
And if they're available before the middle of July, it means they failed at the World Cup.
Yeah, but if Ancelotti would fail at a World Cup or something, it doesn't make him a bad manager. But I just think it's probably better to wait till then. Obviously, in a perfect world, it wouldn't be a World Cup and you'd have a full pre-season with a new manager to come in and get under the hood of the bonnet and have a look at what's going wrong and what they can fix. But I think we're in a bit of a sticky situation with the managerial merry-go-round.
You know, when we're going about this interim, Michael Carrick come in and Darren Fletcher for 2 games. Now it looks like obviously Michael Carrick's in there. This is not a surprise that Ruben Amorim was under pressure and this decision may have happened sooner rather than later, or we've talked about this many a times, you and I, James, on here. But they'd have had someone surely they'd have had someone in their thought process, if this happens, that is someone there available who we could go after. And now we're putting an interim. Michael Carrick comes in until the end of the season. Like I said, I just think Manchester United now is an old boys club and we can just go back to the old DNA. Oh, we can try and get back to yesteryear and make it great. For me, I just can't see it. I think Man United are just stuck and they need to break away from that mould.
Yeah, we were in a bit of a transition, but I think it's fair to say at the moment we're in a bit of a rut. I think But you're sick,
James. You are sick from the Premier League.
Yeah, no, but also if you look at results over the last 2 months or so, they've not been great. But also I think the 6 kind of flatters us because teams around us are dropping points that they shouldn't. Like, look at Chelsea and stuff. They're getting draws where they should be getting wins. And because of that, it's kind of papered over cracks of where we're at as a club.
In terms of the backroom staff, who do you want to see come in there with Michael Carrick? Because Wayne Rooney has said it would be a no-brainer for him to join if he was asked. I'll ask you about Rooney first before I go into maybe a little bit more contentious one.
Yeah, I think for me as a United fan, it'd be my heart says I'd love to see him on the dugout there, but that again it goes back to, are we just getting him because he's Wayne Rooney, or are we getting him because he's qualified and got the credentials? I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I think there's probably better options out there. OK, is one of those better options Jonathan Woodgate? How you've said that Xabi Alonso can't go to Manchester United because of his Liverpool links. Could Jonathan Woodgate go to Manchester United in, albeit a lesser role, with his Leeds United links? Well, we've got to remember Eric Cantona came to us from Leeds as well. So I don't think it's as impactful coming from Leeds to United in the managerial role or in a coaching capacity. But yeah, I wouldn't be too opposed to it. But I think there's probably better people to have around him. But he seems like them two worked really well together at Middlesbrough for a time.
James, on Michael Carrick and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I know Carrick's taking the job now. Did you prefer to have Carrick in charge? And are you excited about his appointment? And can he, I guess, turn Man United season around? Listen, you've got 17 games left of the season. You really think he can push into the Champions League places?
I think it's going to be very difficult, whichever manager came in, to get Champions League. But I think the decision's been made that basically you either get Ole in as a manager to kind of manage the players, or you get someone in to coach it. And it looks like we're trying to deviate away from the 3 at the back or 5 at the back, whatever, the Amorim system. And we need someone to come in and coach these players. And I think that's why we've gone to Carrick rather than Solskjaer.
Well, here's one. I can see at the bottom of the screen there a message from a viewer called Sam. Charlie Austin is wrong. We need someone to come in and play our, in capitals, way, not another new manager with his own style and team. What is the Manchester United way, James?
If I'm being totally honest, I think sometimes just saying playing our way, playing our DNA is just kind of a blanket statement that means nothing sometimes. Obviously, United's heritage is attacking football with wingers and stuff, but that's quite dated. That's from 20 years ago. You can't just keep doing the same things over time and not adapting. So I think there has to be wriggle room for adapting the way we play and adapting the way we approach matches.
That's right. I see it when it says about our way, and so basically we're going back to 4-4-2. 4-4-2, fine. Right winger gets down there, ball's in the box, same with the left. The number 8, 2 set midfielders now have to be a 4, an 8 and a 10. They're just not individual roles anymore because that's the way modern game's gone. He can play in the 4, he can play in the 6, the 8, the 10. No. But 20 years ago, 2 centre midfielders had done the lot. They done the lot. So what is Manchester United's way at this precise moment? In all honesty, what is it?
Well, at the moment, it's hopefully attacking, pressing football that we're trying to aim for.
Have you got the players for that, James?
I think we do. I think the last couple of months, in the last month or so, we've had AFCON, we've had injuries. I think we were going okay. We were looking quite solid. We looked like we were moving in the right direction. You get your Mount injured, you get Bruno injured, you've got 3 players going to AFCON. You've got to remember, we had about 8, 9 first-team injuries in that time. And I'm not making excuses with injuries, but you've got to allow for that and account for that when you're having these discussions.
OK, James, thank you.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
All right, let's have